Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and I'm not gonna lie, I have tried to film this video twice already. The first time was literally immediately after filming my last video, which was my Chloe boots unboxing, which you can see over here on the side. And by that point, I had been filming for probably 3 hours by the time I had finished. And I watched this video back and I just sounded like a crazy person. Like I just did not sound okay. And then the second time I filmed it, I was not in focus. So hopefully third time is a charm on this video. And as I'm sure you can already tell by the title, today's video is going to be another one of my seasonal trend reports. And I have filmed one of these for every single season that I've been on YouTube, just in case you are new here. Normally I have them out before the season actually starts, so I was planning on having this video out in late November, but like I said, I just had to walk away from it for a little bit because I was getting a bit frustrated. But before we get into it, just in case you are new here, like I said, my name is Caitlin, and on this channel we love to talk about fashion, travel, beauty, just overall living a beautiful lifestyle, living our best lives, main character energy, all that good stuff. We love to talk about ways that we level up our life, whether it's through any of those things like I talked about, fashion, beauty, lifestyle, all that good stuff. So if any of that sounds good to you, please go ahead and subscribe down below. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers and I would love to be able to monetize this channel considering how much hard work and dedication I put into it, and so it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe down below and join our little family. And feel free to follow me over on my Instagram at Caitlin M. Catania. I will pat myself on the back and say that I have gotten so much better at reels. I had my first over 10,000 views reel, which for me is a really big deal. And I've been getting a lot more active over on my stories, and I love chatting to my subscribers over there on my Instagram. So if you want to see a little bit more like behind the scenes and more of my day-to-day life, go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram to catch up with me there. And another thing that I do want to mention, if you haven't already, please go ahead and check out my blog. It will be linked down below. It is linked in the description of all of my videos now. But I did do a blog post a few weeks ago, back when I thought this video would be up to accompany the blog post, but it is another version of this trend breakdown. It's the same trends, but I actually did select pieces from these trends that I actually like. And you'll see in this video, I don't actually like every single one of the trends that I'm talking about, but I did my best to actually find pieces that, you know what, if I had to buy a trend piece, this is the piece I would buy for each trend. So I hope you find it interesting. I would love it if you could check out my blog because I work really hard on it and I have a lot of fun with it, honestly. I feel like I really want blogging to be trendy again. I really want people to be into blogs again. Anyone else? Let me know down below in the comments if you're kind of like over short form content and you miss like magazines and blogs and all that stuff. Just me? I hope not. And I can't think of anything else to say, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first trend that I want to talk about is sleeveless coats and blazers, and sometimes even dresses that look like they're sleeveless coats slash blazers. And I'm gonna put reference photos here on the side because I'm talking about a very specific type of garment. And this is one of those trends that I actually feel like I haven't seen all that much on the runways, but I have seen all over social media lately. And I think part of that is because over the past year or so, you'll know this if you've seen my personal style video, my video all about how I found my personal style. My style has shifted over the past year from being a bit more like New York City cool girl street style, like bottle off duty look, which I used to swear by when I was a college student living in New York, and it has slowly transitioned over to a more feminine and elegant style. And with that, I've kind of changed who I follow on social media. And a lot of the girls that I follow on social media now, including girls like Lydia Millen and Josie London or the Fashion Mumbler, they have a more like elegant feminine style like I just described. And it seems like the go-to outerwear piece that I've seen across my social media feeds and that a lot of retailers have been putting out that are not like high fashion retailers. I'm talking like upper middle retailers, I guess. I don't know how to describe that. For example, like Karen Millen and other stories, stuff like that. have been doing sleeveless coats. One of the reasons why I love this trend so much is because I feel like it is something that you can incorporate into your wardrobe regardless of the climate that you live in. So for example, I live in Southern California and it's actually getting cold enough here where I feel like I can wear like a fuzzy jacket like this, just like over a sweater dress like I am now. But if you live somewhere warmer like I do, I feel like a sleeveless coat is a great way to be able to wear outerwear without overheating. And if you live in a colder climate, one of the really cool ways that I've seen sleeveless coats get styled is underneath a bigger coat. So like you'd wear like a sweater or a sweater dress or some kind of knitwear, then your sleeveless coat buttoned up or zipped up or just fastened, and then the chunkier outerwear piece. I think that looks so cool. And then you also don't have to deal with the whole like too many sleeves in a coat thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know when you're wearing like 3 sleeves and you just feel like you're walking around like that kid from that one Christmas movie that's like got too many layers on? I don't know, I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling like when you're driving and you have a lot of layers on and you're kind of just like, you feel like you can't really turn the wheel. I feel like having a sleeveless coat is a great option for that kind of situation when you don't want to have too much bulkiness in the arms. And I also really like it because if you don't have to wear outerwear over the top of the sleeveless coat, it's kind of like you're getting a new coat every single time that you layer something underneath it, because obviously the sleeves of the coat changes. And I'm definitely still gonna keep my eye out for any sleeveless coats that I want to pick up. I really think I want to add one to my fall winter wardrobe either this year, or if I don't see one, I will definitely be adding one next year, because again, I really don't think that it's that much of a trend piece. I could easily see it being a classic piece. Okay, so this next trend is another one of those that's actually kind of hard to describe, but like you know it when you see it. So I will definitely be providing photo references, but it is scarf print. And I'm not just talking about any scarf print. I know that can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, like anything from like the vintage Versace scarves to like, I don't know, a Dior scarf print, like the Dior oblique pattern. But what I'm talking about specifically, speaking of Dior actually, it's really well exemplified in the Dior, I believe it was their 2022 cruise collection. Again, I'll be putting photos on the side. The scarf print that I'm talking about, it kind of looks like a more muted toned scarf print. Like it's not a bright over the top print, and a lot of the times it has floral elements to it. The best way I kind of can think of describing it is almost like, it looks like, this is gonna sound really bad, like a old European tapestry, or maybe even kind of like grandma's couch cushions, but not ugly. I'm not really sure how to describe it. It is a very, very elegant print. It's a little bit old money. I only recently discovered that old money aesthetics are like trending really big on TikTok. I have just sort of started foraying into TikTok. I've been reposting my reels onto TikTok just to give it a shot. And it's like, really, old money is an aesthetic now? Okay. Sure, but considering that it is an aesthetic, I would say that this scarf print definitely falls into it, and I like this print. I have seen a lot of dresses and other pieces in this sort of style that I really enjoy, but for me personally, I almost feel like I'm too young to be wearing it. And I'm definitely not one of those people that believes that you can either be too old or too young to wear something. I genuinely believe, like, if you like it, wear it, unless you are Madonna and you are showing your butt cheeks on Instagram. I think that's like the only exception I can think of. No offense, Madonna, you are an icon, but nobody wants to see that. Anyway, if you find a piece from this scarf print that you really, really like, I would say pick it up, because it could potentially be a classic. It's not like it's a neon or anything. Basically, just be sure that it's not dating you and you're not looking older than you actually are, because that's not really the goal, and I don't think that's a flattering look on anyone. So the third trend that I want to talk about is head to toe leather. And I did talk about this trend in my last video and my last blog post about the fall fashion trends for 2021, but I will say that the version that I'm talking about right now for winter has changed slightly. So I feel like in the fall, when I'm talking head to toe leather, it was more of like a colorful leather. So I'm talking like deep greens, like forest greens. I'm also talking a lot of blue. I really did see a lot of blue head to toe leather looks. I will be putting reference images here on the side, but what we're seeing now is colored leather, as in not black leather, leather, but in neutral tones. So we're seeing a lot of like camels, creams, browns, and I will say I do really like this trend. Like, it looks very warm and cozy, and I've gotten a lot into textures lately, as far as like, obviously I'm wearing this fuzzy jacket now, but I really love the look of mixing textures in an outfit. I feel like it's a really nice way to make an outfit look interesting, but not over the top, you know, when you mix textures. But I will not be partaking in this trend. For me, for leather outerwear, I will always probably just be picking black leather outerwear. Even as someone who has an admittedly more feminine style than I used to, I just don't see myself picking up a brown leather trench coat year after year. In my opinion, this piece is not a classic, and if you think that it's something that will fit really well into your wardrobe and you'll wear season on season, then definitely pick it up. But for me personally, I just do not see myself reaching for a brown leather trench coat with a fur collar. As beautiful as it is, it's just something that I know I would get sick of after probably a year or two. And so even though I do love leather outerwear, I will personally just be sticking to blacks. But I do think that, again, if it is your style, you should definitely go for it, because it is chic, it is elegant, and if it suits you, then why not? The next trend on the list is puffers, puffer jackets. And if you are following fashion social media at all, you have probably seen so many puffers this season. The cool girls are wearing Prada puffers, and I've also seen a lot of the North Face puffers, which I think is really interesting. But at the same time, the North Face I know did recently collaborate with Gucci, or was that last year? I don't know when that was, but I know that they did a collaboration with Gucci and they had this fabulous puffer. And even though I love that puffer jacket, it's one of those trends that I like on other people, but not on me. And I think the real reason that is because I am a smaller frame. I am only 5'4", and my torso is quite small, I guess, in compared to the rest of my body. Actually, you know, it's probably average sized, but because most clothes are not made for people my height, whenever I try on a cropped puffer jacket, because I have tried on a few, the arms are typically too long for me, and then the cropped silhouette is not cropped enough to like look flattering. I don't know, it just proportionally on me, it doesn't look very good. I've seen a lot of like really tall, really slender girls rock this style with like really, really tight pants or leggings, and it looks really cool on them, but it's just not something that I'm gonna be participating in. I don't think I've ever tried on a puffer that has looked flattering on me. And to be fair, if you're screaming at your phone or your laptop right now, like, Caitlin, puffers are not meant to be flattering, they're meant to keep you warm, I agree, but I just think there's so many outerwear options out there that you don't have to settle for something that isn't flattering for you. And I'm just not gonna spend my money on it, because puffers are not cheap, especially if they're good ones. So this is another one of those things where if it looks good on you and you think you're gonna wear it for more than just this season, I think it is a safe item to add to your wardrobe. But if you're on the shorter side and the proportions just aren't working for you, or you don't think that it's something you'll wear beyond this year, I would say you could skip this trend. Next on the list, we have gloves, and gloves have been having a moment. And you're probably thinking to yourself, like, Caitlin, gloves for winter? Groundbreaking. How many ways can you deliver that line and make it unique? You just can't. I don't know, I feel like that's like the go-to line for any fashion people that are saying something obvious. But anyway, I'm not just talking about any old gloves. I'm not talking about practical gloves. I'm talking about gloves that are a moment. I'm talking about gloves that like exactly match your outfit. I'm talking opera length gloves. We all saw the Ariana Grande moment where she was wearing, I believe it was Miss Sohi, when the top that she was wearing like just went down into gloves, which confuses me. I guess it probably fastens in the back and she had to like slip into it and someone had to do it up. I don't know. That is a moment. That is great. I actually love this trend. If I had any like super special events that I needed to get a new dress for or a new look for, I probably would have picked up this trend. There are some, I believe it's called Misfits London is the brand. I'll correct myself in the description or something if I'm wrong, but they have these incredible dresses that literally come with the gloves. So like I said, it's matching and it's opera length. I think those dresses are so cool. Like if I was in Paris right now, yes, I would be wearing one of those outfits. But if you already have one of these looks from this season, I don't think you need multiple. And if you don't have any special events, I don't think you need this trend at all, because it really is like such a snap trend in my opinion. I don't see this trend staying around for long. Obviously, I really don't see it continuing into like late spring of next year, because who's gonna be wearing gloves like in the summer? So love this trend, I think it's so cool, but unless you have a special event, I would maybe not buy into it, because if you wanna do it right, you probably have to spend a good amount of money. So the second to last trend that we are going to talk about is platform shoes. And I bet you are thinking in your head right now about the exact shoes that I am referring to that sort of sparked this trend. I'm gonna put them here on the side and you can tell me if they were the ones that you were thinking about. Are these the shoes you were thinking about? I bet these were the shoes that you were thinking about. The Versace platform shoes with the little ankle strap. Those shoes have just sparked social media insanity. All of the TikTokers are wearing them. All of the like really high fashion girls are wearing them. I think that these shoes look good on other people. I think they're actually really flattering. I know that's probably why they're so hot right now. That sounded really strange. So hot right now. But these shoes are not for me. I feel so bad. I feel like for all of these trends, I've been like, love that for you, hate that for me, which is fine. My wallet is happy to hear that. I think this trend is so cool, but you can really tell that it's just gonna be like a flash. Like I really don't see these exact Versace shoes or just crazy high platforms lasting for very long at all. And feel free to come back here and correct me if I'm wrong. But if you don't know, I actually did study fashion merchandising and business and social media marketing in college. And the way that the trend cycle works in general is that things will move from one extreme to the other, and then once they get so extreme that you can't even wear the clothes and function anymore, then it goes back to the other extreme. So for example, with shoes, typically the trend cycle will start with, for example, like flats, and then shoes will get higher and higher and higher and higher until models are literally falling on the runways and, you know, hurting themselves. And then all of a sudden the next season, flats are big again. Same thing with bags. You'll have huge bags that are so big that people can like fit a dog inside of them. And then all of a sudden we'll go back to mini bags, and then bags get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they're huge bags again. And then you have like super tiny, what are the Jacquemus Chiquito bag? Jacquemus Chiquito? I don't know. The one that Lizzo wore that like broke the internet. And so I feel like right now we are seeing like the highest of the high heels. I know that Versace isn't the only brand that is doing those really high platforms. I know a lot of different brands are. And I've also seen a lot of flat forms, which to me are so ugly. I am sorry, I don't think flat forms are flattering on anyone. Another thing about this trend that makes me laugh is that there's just no way that you're walking elegantly in these things, especially because a shoe like that, if it's made well, is probably so heavy. And also they're so tall that I feel like you'd have to walk like stomping. Like I feel like I'd be just like clopping around in those shoes. Like there's no way to do like an elegant like heel to toe walk in them. I feel like you have to be like a horse, like clopping around in those shoes. So I wouldn't buy these. I wouldn't even buy dupes of them, honestly. I feel like by summer of next year, it's gonna just be so out of date, so please don't buy them. The last trend that I want to talk about is one that I just want to just kind of get out of the way, because I feel like it's again like sparkles for winter, groundbreaking. Like wow, what a concept. And also I did talk about sparkles, I believe, even in my summer trends video and my fall trends video. 2021 has just been the year of sparkles. We're talking like that Cult Gaia bag. We're talking that little chainmail top with like the straps that like if you have anything bigger than a B cup, your boobs are just gonna fall out. And also, who wants chainmail on their nipples? Maybe you wear nipple covers? I hate that word. Anyway, I just feel like 2021, everyone's so excited to go out and, you know, wear clothes again, actual clothes, not just the same sweatpants for 3 days in a row. And so I get it. I understand why people are into sparkles, but specifically for winter, all over the runways, we have been seeing silver sparkles. And here's my thoughts on sparkles. I've said this a few times before. Unless you are one of those like 1% of people in the world where sparkles are your day-to-day, unless you are Jess from New Girl, or you're, what is that Instagram girl, Marta Sierra, love her, great Instagram reels. If we're one of of those people that wear sparkles multiple times a week, I am so happy for you. Don't let anyone dim your shine. Enjoy your sparkles. But personally, I have a few sparkly pieces that I typically bust out every single year. I wear them until the sparkles start to either fall off or they kind of lose their shine, because that's just how it goes with sparkly pieces a lot of the time. I will wear them for probably a good 3 to 5 years of, you know, party seasons and content creation until their sparkles like fall off. But with the exception of like really, really pricey pieces, if you're buying like cheap, inexpensive sparkly pieces, they're gonna change colors, they're gonna lose their sparkles. So this has been a very long-winded conclusion to get to, but I am very much of the opinion that sparkles are great, but you don't need more than like maybe 3 to 5 sparkly pieces in your wardrobe. I cannot stand it when I see people buying new sparkly dresses for every single holiday party, for every single, you know, birthday. I feel like, honestly, like just have like maybe 5 dresses with sparkles on them and then just rotate them through birthday, New Year's, Christmas, and like maybe 2 other events. Like, I don't know how many events you have in your life that you need to wear crazy sparkly pieces to, and I really am not trying to talk down on sparkles. I love sparkles, I really genuinely do, but I'm pretty sure that making them is really bad for the environment, and I just think that it's so funny whenever people are like, sparkles are a trend. Yes, I am people saying sparkles are a trend. They're a classic. Find your sparkly pieces, wear them until they literally cannot be seen by human eyes anymore because they just look so bad, and then move on and get new pieces. And I don't want any of you guys to subscribe to me and then like next year when I buy a new sparkly dress be like, don't you hate sparkles? No, again, love sparkles, but just I feel like people just get into this mindset of like, oh, it's my friend's bachelorette, I need to buy a brand new sparkly dress when they have like 7 in their closet. So just no to that, please. I'm getting winded, I'm getting lightheaded. Help me. And that brings us to the end of this winter trends video. I sincerely hope that it turned out okay after my 2 other attempts to get this video right. But let me know in the comments down below any of your thoughts. I feel like I've potentially shared some controversial opinions on this video. Let me know which trend was your favorite, maybe any trends that you agree that are not for you, or some trends that you disagree with me and you love them and you get a lot of wear out of them, because that would make me so happy. I honestly believe at the end of the day that if we all were into the same style, life would be so boring. So I love it when people disagree with me on what my opinions are as far as fashion goes, because it's like, yeah, good for you. I want to take a picture with you in our opposing styles and we're both looking great. But anyway, if you liked this video and you liked the vibe here on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe down below. Right now, I am posting every Friday. And for 2022, one of my resolutions is to not miss a single Friday upload. Obviously, unless I get extremely sick or something bad happens, knock on wood that doesn't happen. But I do want to get better about uploading every single week, because I was getting a little overwhelmed for a second there, but I'm back on the train and I have all of my 2022 content planned out, and I'm so excited for a lot of the videos that I have planned. So be sure to subscribe, and like I said before, please go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram at Caitlin M. Catania for more of that good behind the scenes footage, a bit more of my humor, a lot more outfits, and a lot more behind the scenes of my daily life. And I love getting questions from you guys and linking stuff for you over there, so please go ahead and follow me over there. It would mean the world to me because I am busting my butt on Instagram, just saying. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are watching this around the holiday season, I hope you have a really lovely time with your friends and family, or whoever you're spending the holidays with, whether it's virtually or in real life. And I will see you on my next video, which will be my 2021 favorites video, and you will not want to miss that because I have got some stuff that has leveled up my life big time. So I'll see you there, and thanks for watching. Bye!